Hey Brisbane, Scott here, and today I'm going to be answering 15 questions about myself. Starting with the first one that some of you adults might be thinking to yourself right now, is that an old CRT TV behind you? And yes it is. I live with my grandma right now, and basically everything in this house is older than I am. Alright, let's get started with the actual questions. This first question comes from Gavin, who asks what my favorite video game is, and the answer to that is the Mario Kart series. Mostly because that was a great game that everybody in my family liked to play, even my parents, who really never wanted to play video games at all. So that was always a really fun time getting our whole family around the TV to play some Mario Kart. Brendan asks, if you were building a city, how many houses and other places for people to live would you put in it? So that's a really interesting question. I've never really thought about that before. I think my real answer would be that I would ask somebody who actually knows the answer to this question to do it for me. But if I had to choose myself, I think I would just start small, maybe a couple hundred, and if more people want to come live in my city, that'd be awesome, and they're more than welcome to, and we would just have to build more houses at that point. Kateri asks what my favorite book growing up was. It's a really interesting question. When I was in 4th grade, I read all 6 of the Harry Potter books that had been written up to that point. And then the 7th book came out when I was in 5th grade, and then I read that one then. And in 7th grade, I read all of the Percy Jackson books, which are also personal favorites of mine. So I would say those 2 series were probably my 2 favorite when I was younger. Let's see. Belinda asks, how old is my cat? My cat Mochi. It's a tough question because I adopted her from the SPCA about a year and a half ago, and at the time they said that she was probably 6. They don't know for sure because she was a stray before that, so it's hard to tell with cats that have had previous owners. But I'm gonna go ahead and guess that she's somewhere between 7 and 8 years old right now. Okay, so next question: do I have siblings? Yes, I have an older brother. Who's about 3 years older than me, and a younger sister who's 2 years younger than me. My favorite game at recess. Oh, that's a good one. I mostly like to play on the playground at recess in elementary school, but I also really enjoyed tetherball. So I'd probably say tetherball. Okay, so these next couple questions I'm going to answer together because there's a common theme to them. So the first part is, have you visited other countries? And do you have a favorite? So the answer is yes. I've been to, I think, 9 countries. And my favorite out of them, I would say Germany, because the next question is, do you speak any other languages? And the answer is yes. I took German in high school. So it was really cool getting to go to Germany while I knew how to speak some German. That was a really fun experience. And then the next question after that is, do you have a collection of anything? And yes, so when I go to other countries, I buy a hat that has that country's name or the city that I was staying in's name. So I have a hat from every country that I visited. And if I'm good enough at video editing, I'm going to try to put a picture right there so you can see my hat collection. And so in order, starting at the top left, that's the Czech Republic, Mexico, and Poland. The next row, that straw hat, is from Oxford, England. Australia, and then London, England, and Paris, France. And then the bottom row, that is Germany, Italy, and New Zealand. So those are all the countries I've been to. I definitely recommend traveling abroad if you get the chance. It's a really awesome experience. Okay, let's see. Was I ever on any sports teams? So growing up, I did play basketball, and I was on the swim team for a while, but mostly just baseball. I started playing baseball when I was about 4 years old, and I stopped playing when I was 16 in high school. And then when I got to college, I joined the rowing team. So that was also very fun. What is my ethnicity? So my mother is, her family is from Japan, and my dad's side of the family is from the East Coast, and before that they came from England. So I'm half English and half Japanese. What cities have I lived in? So I grew up in Vacaville, which is in the North Bay on your way to Sacramento. If you've ever driven to Sacramento, you've definitely passed through it. I grew up there my whole life. Went to elementary school, middle school, and high school there. And then when I graduated high school, I moved to Long Beach to go to California State University, Long Beach, where I lived for 5 years. And then after that, I moved up here to where I currently live in San Mateo. If I had to give up one meal of the day, which one would it be? I would probably say lunch. Not because I don't like lunch, but I sometimes forget to eat lunch. If I'm having a busy day, I just totally forget to eat. And so that's the meal that I usually end up skipping anyway. But I do love breakfast foods. I love my pancakes and waffles. And of course, dinner is when you get to eat the most food anyway, so I'm not going to skip dinner. Let's see. Is is a hot dog a sandwich? I used to say no. I used to believe that sandwiches, you had to eat sandwiches with like flat bread and stuff. But recently I've come around, and I do defend the hot dog is a sandwich. Mostly because when you're eating a hot dog, the two halves of the bun tend to come apart anyway, and then it's just a hot dog between two pieces of bread. So to me, that's a sandwich, and I will defend that. Okay, so last question. What was my favorite Halloween costume that I've ever dressed up as? So when I was in middle school, I dressed up as a stick figure for Halloween, which was a really funny costume. What I did was I dressed in all white, and then I got black tape to draw a stick figure on my body and my arms and my legs, and I wore a black hat, so it looked like I was a stick figure with just a circle for a head. That was really funny. I wish I had a picture to show you, but unfortunately, that was so long ago that I probably don't have any pictures. But yeah, that was probably my most creative one, at least. I was really proud of that. Cool. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Got to know me a little bit better, learned some funny facts about me. So I hope you all are having a great day. I miss all of you so much. I can't wait to get back to Club Rec and camp and all that, and see you all again. So remember, keep smiling, Brisbane, and hopefully I'll see you soon.